Jay-Z pulled up courtside at Madison Square Garden for Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and the moment that image circulated, the internet collectively exhaled and said, "Yes, this is exactly what this moment was supposed to look like." The New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals. Let that sentence exist for a second before we go anywhere else, because allegedly everything that followed, and when New York has a moment of that magnitude, the city shows up, and the people who are New York in the most fundamental, most essential way show up first. Jay-Z courtside at a Knicks Finals game is allegedly the most New York thing that has happened in sports in years, and fans are saying it loudly and correctly. This is the man who literally wrote the soundtrack to New York's identity across multiple decades, the albums, the anthems, the cultural architecture of what it sounds like and feels like to be from that city. He did not come to Game 3 as a celebrity doing a PR appearance. He came as a New Yorker watching his city's team in the finals at the most famous arena in the world. Those are two different things, and the energy in that building reportedly felt every bit of the distinction. But Jay-Z was not sitting alone in that celebrity row, and the company he kept at Madison Square Garden on this night is allegedly one of the most impressive, most specifically New York celebrity lineups ever assembled at a sporting event. Timothée Chalamet, Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, Larry David, Cardi B, courtside. The internet is spiraling over this specific combination because it is allegedly a cross-generational, cross-genre, cross-cultural survey of New York excellence in a single row of seats. You have the hip-hop mogul who built an empire. You have the movie star who is allegedly the most talked-about young actor on the planet right now. You have the comedian who made New York neurosis into a global art form. You have the stand-up legend who has allegedly survived everything the industry and life have thrown at him and is still standing. You have the creator of arguably the most beloved and dysfunctional sitcom universe in television history. And you have Cardi B, who not only took in the game courtside but also reportedly performed during halftime, turning the most important game in Knicks history in decades into her stage as well. Let's talk about Cardi B's halftime performance separately, because it is allegedly the kind of moment that belongs in its own category. The NBA Finals halftime show is not a standard concert slot. It is one of the most watched live entertainment windows in the entire sports calendar. Performing at Game 3 in Madison Square Garden with the Knicks in the finals, in front of a crowd that is allegedly operating at a level of collective emotional intensity that normal concerts cannot replicate, that is an enormous stage. And Cardi B reportedly delivered exactly what that stage required. Then she sat back down courtside and watched the rest of the game. As you do. The phrase that keeps circulating in fan conversations is allegedly the cleanest summary possible. The Knicks really got everybody outside. And allegedly that is the literal truth. Because the gravitational pull of a New York team in the NBA Finals at MSG is reportedly unlike anything else in American sports. The gatekeeping around who belongs in that building and who gets to be part of that story dissolves completely when the Knicks are playing for a championship. Everyone wants to be in that room. Everyone wants to be able to say they were there. And the celebrity row at Game 3 reportedly reflected exactly how wide and how deep that pull extends. Now, let's talk about the cultural significance of what this specific celebrity lineup communicates about this specific moment. Jay-Z, Timothée Chalamet, Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, Larry David, and Cardi B are not a random grouping. They represent arguably the full spectrum of New York entertainment culture. The music, the film, the comedy, the television, the new generation, and the legacy generation sitting side by side in the same row watching the same game with the same investment. Word on the street is that the camera kept finding that row throughout the night, and reportedly every time it did, the energy in the building went up another level. Because seeing New York show up for New York at Madison Square Garden during the NBA Finals is the kind of thing that allegedly validates everything the city has been building toward culturally for years. The Knicks versus the Spurs in the finals is already a story that the sports world has been analyzing at that game. And in choosing to be there, in showing up courtside while the cameras rolled and the city watched, he did what he has always done. He showed up for New York when New York needed it most. The Knicks got everybody outside. And allegedly, everybody who was anybody was at Madison Square Garden for Game 3. What do you think? Is this the most iconic celebrity row in NBA Finals history? And did Cardi B's halftime performance make Game 3 the must-see event of the entire sports year? drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe because we are here for every moment the culture shows up and shows